Hey guys, it's Mike here with Midwest Optic Solutions. We're out here at the Between Rivers Gun Range. I'm here today with Grant LaVelle with Max Life Expectancy. If you've seen any of his videos, you know Grant knows his business. Today I've got him out here and we're talking about the Holosun 507 Comp. It's an open emitter sight. And Grant, what can you tell us about this optic here?
Well, I've had the 507 comp for about 3 to 4 months now. Got a couple thousand rounds on this particular one. And there's a couple things that me as an optics on pistol guy um, have really endeared me to the optic. One is of course, it's very generous window size. You can tell I have a German Shepherd because it filled the open emitter there with German Shepherd hair, but it's got a nice big window, which I think is what Holosun was probably going for when they called it a competition 507. But me personally, I have carried for a really lengthy period a Trijicon SRO, which has a very generous window size. And so I found myself not thinking about this in the context of competition at all. I found it to be almost a seamless transition for me personally. I really liked its window size, both in the width as well as the height, which allowed me to transition to targets right and left a lot faster. Of course, the height allowed me to keep the dot in the view during strings of recoil. So those are really performance things that, whether I'm shooting competition or fighting for my life, I really love. Now, as far as a lot of different users, they're probably going to love some of the other features, which is a really generous number of reticle or dot options that are contained in this 507 comp. I kept, clicking through them, and I was like, geez, that's another one. Geez, that's another one. Gee, just it keeps coming and keeps coming. So, and the funny thing is, I've always been just all you need is a dot. And I have found myself using the larger reticle with a dot contained within it, and of course the stadia coming out of it. And I've used it on small targets as well as big targets, and I just really like it. It's clear and crisp. I have astigmatism, so it gives me a nice undistorted dot or reticle that a lot of optics challenge me, especially when I'm going for those small targets under speed, to line up where really is the center, where's the shot going with this big kind of hook that my eye sees. So those are really kind of the fast things about the optic that I like. Of course, there's other features that I'm liking as well, which are really common with Holosun, like your battery access. You don't have to take the optic off to change the battery, and then you got to re-zero and all those things, or you should re-zero. Of course, the optic has been, stellar. I haven't been, slamming it against things like maybe Aaron Cowan and with Sage does, but you can tell by a little beauty mark there. I haven't been exactly gentle with it either.
Sure,
It's been getting used. And it's been flawless. I haven't had issue one. Just have really enjoyed it. Of course, if you're new to optics, a lot of folks, it's been my experience as an instructor, a lot of folks will go towards the smaller optics when they're starting off. And maybe, thinking carry, or, sometimes they go small even on a full-size gun like this 17, and then they don't get that performance. And maybe they're what they could do with it kind of spurts and struggles a little bit. And so, whether you're an experienced shooter with an optic or relatively new, I think the 507 has to be at the top of the open emitter list from Holosun, in my opinion, as far as ease of use, as far as what it offers you, both in the generous window size so that you can find the dot on presentation, as well as, like I said, controlling recoil, transitioning targets. Um, it's got a great lack of or a minute amount of notch filter, which is that bluish tint that you see in a lot of optics, that helps conserve battery life. They're really, it's a very clear pane, which is nice when the sun starts setting or you're mugged at night.
Yeah.
You don't need one more thing that is obscuring your vision of the threat and making those life and death decisions on. So, yeah, that's been kind of it in a nutshell. I could go on and on maybe about specs, but that would kind of be a little bit boring. And of course, that may be what you want, but
Yeah.
it really, from just a user standpoint, I found it to be just really easy. It didn't take a ton of effort to get me using it and getting the hits at speed that I need.
All right, so hopefully that was some good insight and information on the 507 comp. Grant, I appreciate you coming out here and just talking with us and telling us about your experience with it and what you know on it. Grant's probably one of the highest professionals in the firearms market that I know. There's nothing this guy doesn't know. Grant, if somebody wants to find out information about you, what can they do? Where can they go?
You can seek me out on the website, maxlifex.com. I would say, don't hesitate if you're looking for that 507 comp to hit Mike up or anything in the Holosun line, as well as maybe some others. But, I'm sure he's going to have one on hand if you need to see it, touch it, feel it as well. It's always a nice, pictures do you good, but touching it with your hands will give you a whole picture.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Like us, share us, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Check out the website if you get a chance to, MidwestOpticSolutions.com, and we'll see you next time.